This relates to more news. There's a report here that South Korean President Yoon declares emergency martial law. The last time it was declared martial law in South Korea was 1980. And this relates during the nationwide uprising leading to students and labor unions. So you have that division. And the people are taking the course of the action that they not regard the kings and princes. Second Ezra's 15, relating to 16, that area. Sedition, mutiny, uprising, violent uprising, civil unrest, man. They're not regarding kings and princes, man. The president says he will lift the martial law. This is 30 minutes ago. There's various reports. I'm going to show you this. It's pretty much the parliamentary government, opposition opposing to certain things. You had Israeli army on the Middle East Eye report. Israeli army storms in Turkish hospital, pretty much seize it and take over on it. There's a report on that as well. Scripture talks about for many great miseries in the latter times, because the people walk greatly in pride, man. That should happen in the latter times because they walk greatly in pride. 2nd Ezra 8:50, because of the arrogance. You know what I mean? And, the arrogance, the pride and arrogance, man. We get the scripture. I get it from the GNT. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the unrest. You're seeing the instability. You're seeing the civil instability, the civil unrest, the civil disturbances, the civil upheavals. Pretty much the natural, unnatural tensions among the people in the nations, man. There's a report here. You reverses martial law after martial law if the parliament demands it's by the majority vote. So he will lift the martial. He will lift the martial law if the parliamentary demands it's by his majority vote. You know what I mean? Well, otherwise he's declaring it, man, from the oppositional aspect. What is martial law? Law is a replacement of civil government by a military rule or suspension, which would be cancel or what's the other word? Rescind or cancel, relating to the Constitution. Read it again. The martial law is a replacement of civil government by military rule and suspension of civil legal process of military powers. Military law can continue for a specific amount of time or indefinitely, and civil civil liberties may be suspended for as long as martial law continues, and that goes to the Constitution and different things. So the military and the powers to be, military powers will take over, relating to pretty much standard laws, man, that would normally be in function, that would be canceled or rescinded, and martial law would come in to take the place of that, man. To take the place that and reinforce, relating to enforcing law, man. Let me see what's in the news. Talked about that earlier. You had, let me see, we had China bans exports to U.S. of some materials for electronic manufacturing. This is a CBS report. So a lot of our products, come from other countries, man. So, for example, these terrorists, man, these other countries can start banning certain things that U.S. might need, for example, man. So they can, they can play that, they can do that if they choose to, man. Top news, let me see. Sheriff Chad Cronister withdraws his consideration pick. Hillsborough County Sheriff. Trump pick. Trump considered him. He withdraw his consideration. Waiting to pick to be DEA, which is our Drug Enforcement Agency. You have South Korean president throws nation into a political chaos with martial law attempt. He might lift that, or he might continue that. The reaction to Hunter Biden's pardon, mixed reactions, both sides. Some call it a hypocrisy, double standard. Some don't agree with that. Someone, for example, saying president has too much power, relating to the pardons, conflict of interest and different other things, So it's a lot of mixed feelings on that. And many said he wasn't going to pardon his son, but as his son, he's going to pardon him anyway, So GOP senator reacts to the latest Hegseth allegations. That's Peter Hegseth. He's a military. That was one of the picks relating to Trump. President-elect Trump demands Hamas release hostages. This is just reports, more news. Jury deliberation begins in NYC subway chokehold case. Okay. I believe the individual was a person of color, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see what we got here. Fight underway to get cabinet picks confirmed. So that relates to Trump's administration. He's trying to, push it through. Trump agreed to allow Justice Departments to conduct background checks on nominees, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're in the government. Some people for these certain positions, they need high clearance. They need, high security clearance, classified for different things. Classified, especially, certain positions will require top secret or classified clearance, security clearance, and they had to pass that background check, man. So Congress has just a few weeks to avoid a government shutdown. So here it goes again with that. Pretty much for the budget. Yale hacks Russian database, alleged 148 Ukrainian orphans stolen in war. You have Hawaii woman who vanished after landing at LAX, believed to be in Mexico. That's the one that they were looking for. I seen that earlier. You have President Biden begins a 3-day visit to Africa. His first stop is Angola. Angola. Multiple days affect snow events, Great Lakes, because you have a winter major snowstorms across the country. Up in the northeast, mid area. That's why you got this cold front coming down. Even down here, down in Florida, man, you're gonna have some cold temperatures in the 30s and 40s in some areas, man. So it's a cold front that's pushing all over, man. Major snow up north, though, you know. A pivotal gender affirming care case reaches the Supreme Court. It's just different reports. Let me see here. 30-year-old woman from Hawaii believed to be missing person search, possibly crossed into New Mexico. This is an early report. Okay. You have military tanks in Seoul. This goes to the martial law. So there's a little of that. Student protests. Was the students in protests, oppositional parliamentary, relating to opposition. They can, the majority vote, they can lift relating to the martial law, or they can continue. You know what I mean? Here we go. It's the rights to assembly related to for that. You have what else you have? Putin dares U.S.-led NATO on a long-range missiles. There will always be a response. So Putin is saying, warning NATO and its allies in the West relating to long-range weapons or intermediate range weapons, man. There's times in India. You have what else you got? So there's various reports. This is Intel, which makes see a decline related to chip maker for I was looking up CVS. I believe they had 10,000 U.S. stores back in 2002. They closing, starting 900 closing. And 2024 plus 3, that's 12. So over 10% of the stores. You see in a lot of these businesses closing. You know, these stores closing, man. People losing their jobs. Financial reconstruction, they will call it. You know what I mean? For these, in a matter of speaking, low performing stores. That's why you see a lot of those closed. Low performance and different things. But the point is, you're seeing these a lot of these companies. You know, they close a shop, laying off people, different things. You see 15,000 jobs laid in August. Intel. Major company, man. Chip makers, man. Global chip makers, man. So you see a decline related to that. The businesses. U.S. is closing shop, man. Scripture talks about if we can heal Babylon, we'll be able to heal it, but you can't heal it. You know, it's in Jeremiah. So Babylon is falling, man. That great mighty city's falling, man. You know. Relates to Great Lakes with the snow. You had Buffalo. You had in Buffalo. You had fans $20 an hour help shovel snow at a stadium in Buffalo so they could play that game. You know what I mean? And those people did it. They were shoveling the snow. They would get paid $20 an hour. But that's an example. That's how much snow was in these regions, man. It was a Buffalo and San Francisco game. So you have a major weather across the country. It's pretty much the lake effect, the extreme snow effect, different parts of the country. ABC report there. You have there's a report here, increased military operations in the Arctic. So talking about the U.S. military in the Arctic region. You have, let's see what we got here. So you having all kinds of things happening, man. This is a few reports. Hope it helps relating to information. This is Zaya Wolf. You had, Scripture talks about iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold. It's an incident, a gas station. This is in Henderson, North Carolina. You know what I mean? Looks like a shootout. So you Scripture talks about iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold, and that's what you're seeing, the love of many waxing cold, man. You know what I mean? That being said, I hope this helps relating to information. Give all praise, Yahweh Bashem Yeshua Bashem Rakakadas, the water for men and truth, relating to this truth and knowledge, and the water Yahweh Bashem Yeshua. Hope it helps related to information. All praise Yahweh Bashem Yeshua Bashem Rakakadas. This is Zaya Wolf. I hope it helps, Yahweh.